Hello everybody. Just before this video starts, I'd like to give 2 reasons on my break. One being I was extremely busy these past 3 weeks, and 2 being I was just kind of burned out. Those 2 are not a very good combo, and I do apologize that it took so long to get this out, but I'm going to try and get back on the groove, and yeah, thanks for staying around. Hello everyone, I got an interesting one for you guys today. Over the span of Beyond Light, we've seen quite a few Among Us, whether Titans, Warlocks, or Hunters, with Titans having the no arm glitch and Hunters having the Faceless Hunter. But I'm proud to say, I believe I found the first one that is genuinely Among Us. And it's this disaster. I personally think it looks hilarious. Some people may think it's cringe. You're allowed to think that. I think it's funny. I'll show a specific build that I'm using right now with the Stompies, and then I'll show a couple others after I'm done with this build. To start with, I use the Dragonfly Regalia Mask with Tangled Bronze, the Righteous Grips with Carminica, the Righteous Vest with Midnight Smith, the Stompies with Turbo Kickers and Midnight Smith, and the Braytech Winter Cloak with Crucible Vermilion. If you do not have the Dragonfly Regalia helmet or do not want to buy it, then there is one more that you can use, that being the new Iron Forerunner mask. And for this one, we will be utilizing Skelegal. It looks 99% the same. There's a little bit up top you can see, but it really looks great, and it still keeps the Faceless Hunter going. I also suggest you transmog this because, in my opinion, this is the better Faceless Hunter if you're using something other than this weird cloak. This looks better for most of them and works better. It works on cloaks that might not work on the Dragonfly Regalia mask, such as the Light King cloak. But for this one, you can use either of them. This build is actually extremely versatile in the fact that you pretty much only need 2 things to make it work, being either the Iron Forerunner mask or the Dragonfly Regalia mask, and obviously their shaders, and then the Braytech Winter Cloak. Obviously you can make a Faceless Hunter without the Braytech Winter Cloak, but if you want to do the Among Us look, then you pretty much have to use this one. But shaders and exotics don't really matter. Obviously I would suggest pretty much something simple, not something like this, because then it looks a little weird. I would suggest something simple like maybe the Contender Vest, the Righteous Vest. This doesn't really matter, but as you can see, I've selected a different exotic and 2 different pieces of armor for this build. It's completely different than the first one, but it still looks great. You can use different shaders. I would suggest one color, but it doesn't really matter. As you can see, it's an extremely versatile build. And even if you don't want to go to the Among Us look and you just think that this cape and this looks good, it really works really well. You can combine shaders to make a solid color. You can do red, you can do yellow, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of shaders that do different colors, which I will show in a second. For the black Among Us Hunter, I went with Skelegal for the helmet, which you will see for the rest of these color schemes, because I personally think that the Iron Forerunner mask with Skelegal looks better than the Dragonfly Regalia helmet. And then for the arms, I went with Abyssinian Gold as well as the cape with Abyssinian Gold, everything else being the chest piece and the legs, refurbished black armory. I went with Frosties. You could do Stompies, it doesn't really matter. This build is extremely versatile. Keep in mind that the Abyssinian Gold and refurbished black armory are the best black shaders in the game, so if you're trying to test out different exotics that I did not just show, I highly suggest you go to these first. This one was actually surprisingly hard to come up with because I found through trial and error that this cloak is actually kind of hard to get orange, but that's okay because I don't like orange, but I decided to include it here anyways because I know a lot of people like orange, and I know a lot of people like to have the weird bright colors. So, obviously, just like the last one, we went with the Iron Forerunner mask and Skelegal, and then we went with Vanguard Marshal for all of the arms, chest piece, and legs. We used the same chest piece and the same arms that we've used for the last 2 builds, but I actually switched from Frosties to the Couturier Slacks, and then I went with Tangerine Gloss for the cloak. If someone has a better shader for the cloak, please tell me in the comments. I did not find one. If you do so, then I can look at it. For this last one, I think this one looks the worst, which means, unfortunately, that a lot of people are probably going to use it. And I do apologize that I did use 3 items of the same set. However, having looked through all the armor pieces that I own, these ones are by far the ones that take the pink shader the best. I have no idea why. So, I went with Sunrise Warrior on all 4 pieces. Obviously, Skelegal and Iron Forerunner and the Braytech Winter Cloak, and then the Feltrock set. being the grips of Feltrock, the vest of Feltrock, and the boots of Feltrock. Again, sorry this is all one set, but I thought it looked cool, so I might as well include it in here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Again, like I said earlier in the video, I do apologize for the break that I took. Regardless of your opinion on breaks like that, it's my personal opinion that that was too long, and that was pretty much just me being lazy because I did have opportunities to make a video and I didn't, so I do apologize, and I will try and get back on the groove. I do have a Twitter. If you guys didn't know, you can follow that. That'll be in the description. I also have a Discord. Thank you for watching, everyone.